Alright, huge movie fanatics coming back at you again. This time with to review Quentin Tarantino's latest film called Django Unchained. That's a
D
bad.
silent.
The D is silent. That's a joke. It's Django Unchained. Has this been made before or not?
Not that I know of. There is a previous movie called Django that is a Western that he probably just borrowed elements from. I've never seen it.
So is this a story? That's a book? That's anything?
Not that I know of.
Okay. So anyway, neither of us actually got... Well, did you get to the theater to see it?
Mm-hmm.
And neither of us got to the theater just by chance to see it because in winter I'm depressed and he's just probably too busy.
Yeah, busy.
So depressed and busy. So either of us never got to the theater. You know, I think I own every Tarantino movie, so it was kind of like James Bond, just blind buy, just go ahead. You're gonna like it enough to buy it, and sure enough, I did. One of my problems with, and I just watched *Inglourious Basterds* after this. One of my problems with the movie is that it's great, but for me, and this is just me, Tarantino. You know, we're not on the same level as far as he's just very indulgent in the sense that he doesn't mind things kind of just going on and on and on. For me, Django Unchained seemed 30 or 40 minutes too long.
I will hit on that in a minute.
Good. The movie started out fantastic, and the movie's, I guess, basically fantastic. It's just like Transformers in a different way. It's not like it's too much action. It's just like too much movie. And I only saw it once. I probably should have watched it, recently again. But I pretty much remember it. And my problem with the movie is like the last third of the movie, where it's just like, okay, you can end, and then it seemed like to even reach a point where it was going to end, and then it didn't. And it's just like, okay, it's just, at the end of the day, it overstayed its welcome for me. It's a 3-star, otherwise it would have been a 3.5-star movie, but because of that overstaying its welcome, it's 3 stars. The guy, obviously, who I think worked with for the first time in *Inglourious*, who is...
Christoph Waltz.
Is just fucking great. He was great in, did you see *Carnage*?
I didn't, I wanted to.
He's great. See *Carnage*. It's really short, so he's busy, so you should be able to fit it in. See *Carnage*. He's great in *Carnage*. So I've seen him in 3 movies now. That guy's great, and obviously he was great in this.
He was even great in *Green Hornet*, which sucked. But
he's in *Green Hornet*.
He was the main villain.
I'll have to watch it again. So I've seen him in 4 movies then, I guess. So what was I saying? So yeah.
He's good.
So anyway. We were talking briefly about, or we didn't talk briefly, but I'll mention briefly, we talked about already today, and you can see it on our channel, we reviewed The Great Gatsby 2013. And I commented on, generally my rule for a period movie, is to not have any music in it that didn't appear, or that didn't exist at that time. Unless you're like Quentin Tarantino. For me, what he does...
He's so good.
He's so goddamn good at putting 70s shit into a World War II movie or a Western that he gets a goddamn pass because he invented his own little niche of movies in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
That Tarantino can do it. And I gotta admit, when Reservoir Dogs, I wasn't a big fan of that when it came out, and I was Tarantino resistant, like with Pulp Fiction. But then, the more you watch Pulp Fiction back in the day, it's like, okay. But even at the time, same with like Tom Cruise, the Tarantino resistance for me has completely lessened because basically, with *Inglourious*, *Inglourious* was probably for me. We're not going to talk about that now, but for me, the movie that went, okay, this guy is not just a goofball. This guy's a filmmaker, and I've told you that before. And what's weird about Django Unchained, for me, and in a lot of ways, it's almost like a very weird remake of *Inglourious Basterds* to me, because it's got this same kind of revenge aspect that happens in the last, third or fourth of the movie. And, so the way the movie opens, like with I think it's kind of got like the 70s or the spaghetti western whatever kind of music.
I love that.
When that comes up, you know what? Quentin Tarantino, it's like you just smile because this guy fucking loves movies, and he's one of the few movie makers working who you can see when this movie comes up right at the beginning, when the music comes up, and that this guy loves fucking movies.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is gonna be great when the titles came up and everything, and you know, Tarantino's gone from, for me, for being like overrated, which I kind of thought he was, you know, with Jackie Brown and Pulp Fiction and stuff, to being like, okay, now as less and less decent movie makers are turning out movies, and more for me, movies are sucking, you know, and he's actually making better movies. It's just like he's rising above, for me, the pack of everyone else. I'm running dry. I'll continue, but I'll give it to you for now. 3 stars, Django Unchained.
I really like this movie. Morricone even lends a song to the movie. Did you notice that? He famously scored the Man with No Name trilogy and came up with the like.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. Well, it's not in there. He wrote that. Like, and this guy came in and made a song for this movie specifically. I didn't know he was still making movies.
He's alive?
Yeah.
Who are you talking about? The music
composer.
writer?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
a Morricone. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I like to say it that way.
Yeah. He did music for this movie.
I didn't know he was still alive.
Neither did I. But he has a song in the movie. It's in the opening credits. They mention it. So like the name of the song and then by him. And I was like, that is really kind of him.
Cool.
And the whole the cinematography in the movie is just freaking amazing. My God.
Let me come in here really quick, because as you're mentioning, isn't this like right at the beginning of the movie, that night scene where I mean, what a great fucking scene.
Yeah, everything. Oh God, it's just so
not
gorgeous. So gorgeous.
It looks great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
like,
what I love about him is I think he really likes John Carpenter or something like that. And I love static camera anyway, as you can tell. I mean, a lot of reviews are just static camera. That's a joke. But but I like static camera anyway, and I love, you know, Tarantino's kind of Carpenter-esque, just static, anamorphic.
Yeah.
Whatever, go on.
So cinematography is great. Performances across the board, fantastic. Jamie Foxx is really reserved, doesn't really do very much, but I don't consider that a negative on his role as a performance. That's the character.
That's the character.
That's Clint Eastwood in the Man with No Name trilogy. That's any form of spaghetti western main hero. Like, they're quiet, they're reserved, they're just there to do things, and when they do it, it's awesome. And so I thought Jamie Foxx is perfectly adequate.
Wasn't it funny when he got that outfit?
Yeah. I liked when he was doing like his strike shooting and stuff like that. It was really cool. Christoph Waltz was great. The unsung great performance in the movie that nobody mentions is Sam Jackson. My God, he was terrific in this movie.
I'd say so.
He got very little attention for it, which is weird. He should have. I thought he was the best performance in the movie, in all honesty. It was unlike anything I've ever seen. Well, that's what
Sam Jackson do before. Great is maybe the Academy didn't know it was Sam Jackson.
Basically.
That's what's great about it.
And I like the little tuft of hair.
I'll take your word for it. I don't remember, but it's probably great. What I like about it, did he got makeup or something? Because
he had like the age lines and.
But what's great about it is he's not. I mean, it's Samuel Jackson not playing Samuel Jackson, playing someone else.
Yeah, he was great. The music was great, and you're right. This is I write reviews for my college newspaper, and in my review for The Great Gatsby, I was like, the antithesis to The Great Gatsby and the poor usage of music is Django Unchained, because that's an example of using rap and modern music in a old-time setting, and it works gloriously. But that's because
also because your main character is black.
Tarantino is just like a freaking amazing.
But it doesn't hurt that the main character is black.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no main black characters in Great Gatsby.
No, that's true. I was so impressed with the music in this. I liked it quite a bit. And there were so many great scenes. I love the origin of the Ku Klux Klan with the sacks on the heads, and then they're like, all right, I think we can all agree that the eye holes and sacks were a good idea, but next time maybe we can just I can't remember what the exact line is.
How many
but
times have you seen it?
just the once. But the eye holes aren't matching up with their eyes, and it's because the wife did it when she or he did it hurriedly after he got off of work, or he had his wife do it or something like that. And it was just
They got off board.
well, they say it in the movie, and so like that scene just, my God, was hysterical. And there was a lot of really just great scenes. I love the shootout at the end, which is just glorious, and everything. The only real problem with the movie, and you nailed it, is the pacing. And it's like every scene in the movie is great. There's no scene that is bad. There's no scene I would take out. That said, it suffers from clear pacing issues, and I think the reason is because he's working with a new editor.
What happened? I noticed
His
that.
editor passed away.
And how old was she?
I don't remember. I think she may have died in a car accident or something like that. It was,
Oh,
as far as I know, it was a sudden death. I could be wrong and mixing her up with somebody else, but and like
Princess Di.
the problem with the movie it comes with the fact that he and the new editor didn't really gel well yet. Maybe that'll change in the future, or maybe he'll find somebody else that he can work with, like he did before. Because this one, it didn't seem to have the right flow, the fluidity of his other movies.
Yeah, but I'd say the same problem with Bastards, which had the same editor.
I didn't think that one had
Well,
that
for me,
problem.
there's some scenes just like, okay,
I-
but that's another review.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. And I love that he does long takes and long scenes that go on forever. Like that I love and live for that. Like just dialogue fueled scenes.
Oh,
That's
you like
great.
that shit? Okay.
But in this, like, it wasn't necessarily that they were going on too long or anything. It was just that the editing just didn't seem focused. So that's my big problem. I'm gonna give the movie 3.5. It was really excellent. One of the best movies from last year. And yeah, there we go. So 3.5 and 3.
Would it have been in your best Western category?
Yeah, I don't think I saw another Western last year.
Only in Best Western of 2012.
Actually, no, I think I did see one that came out last year. It was a straight-to-DVD one, though, that was pretty bad. I can't even remember what it was called. But this was better than that, so, yeah.
Are we done?
Yeah, I'm done.
So basically, 3 stars for me and 3.5 for him. Django Unchained. It'll be interesting to see what he comes up with next. Any word on what he's doing next?
There's multiple
Pulp
things that
Fiction
I've heard. Supposedly he's considering Kill Bill Volume 3. He's also mentioned that he's going to do a World War II movie following the first African American troop of gunfighters in World War II, which would seem to go in line with the previous 2 movies he's done, where he's sort of altered history. But I don't know exactly what he's going to do. I don't think there's any definitive words yet.
All right. Thanks for watching.